Hi, and welcome to another edition of Crafting with Gena. Today I will be teaching you how to chain on to a crochet hook and how to do a simple chain stitch. You will need your crochet hook. Looks like this. Today I am using an H8 or 5mm hook, if you can see that. And I'm using a contrasting peaches and cream yarn so that you'll be able to see the contrast of the yarn against the hook. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to decide which way you want to use your yarn. If you want to pull from the middle or if you want to use the outside. Peaches and cream typically doesn't have a inside starting piece, so if you're going to start in the middle, then you'll have to do some digging. But if you just slip off the paper wrapper, you will be able to find the beginning of your yarn, and you can just unravel it as you go. The first thing you have to know about crocheting is that the crochet hook is going to go into your dominant hand. I am right-handed, so I'm going to use my hook in my right hand. If you're left-handed, then you're just going to use it in your left hand. It works the same, regardless of what hand it's in. It's just whatever is most comfortable for you. Your non-dominant hand is going to be the hand that works the yarn. So it's going to be moving it around the hook. And as we get into more complicated stitches, you'll see how the left hand gets used more. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make a slip stitch. Or a slip knot. Now you can do it by tying a knot, like so. You're going to wrap it around so that you have it in your hands like this, and then pull it through, like this. It's called a slip stitch because you can slip it out. So I'll show you that again. You're going to wrap it around and then pull it through. Now this can kind of be confusing, and I think it takes too long, so I have a little trick that I do with my crochet hook. So my special way of doing a slip knot with the crochet hook is like this. You make a loop with your yarn. It's just a simple loop. Hold it. Put your crochet hook through the middle of the loop like it's a needle, and then you're going to twist it. So there's one twist. So I'll do that again. Ready? You're just going to twist it like that. So you're going to have the short yarn in the hand that is holding the hook. And then you're going to put the long part that's still connected to the ball of yarn in your other hand. So you're going to do what's called a yarning over. Whenever you throw the yarn over the hook, regardless of what direction it's in, it's called a yarn over. So what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over towards yourself, or a front yarn over, so that you're literally moving your hand toward yourself. And it should look like this. This is how it should look to you. Now you're going to use your index finger and your thumb of your left hand to grab onto this little knot right here, like this, and you're going to pull the hook so that it latches your first yarn and it pulls it through the slip knot that you created. And there is your slip knot. So I'll show you that again. Make a loop, thread your hook through like it's a needle, make a twist, short yarn goes in the hook hand, long yarn goes in the other hand, yarn over towards yourself, grab the little knob or knot that is made, and then pull with your hook so that it goes through, and then tighten. And there's your slip knot. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put, once again, the short yarn into your hook hand. I typically use my pinkies to hold on to my yarn. and you're going to put the long yarn into your other hand. Once again, you're going to yarn over towards yourself. Do the same exact thing. This is called a chain stitch. Pull it through. Yarn over, pull it through. Yarn over, pull it through. You've now created a chain stitch. It looks like this. It looks kind of like a braid. So as you keep working, this becomes your short yarn. Your chain becomes your short yarn. And you can do this however many times you want. Yarn over towards yourself and pull through. Now I've changed angles so that you will see what it looks like from your perspective. I am dominant in my right hand. This is my right hand. So I'm going to put my crochet hook in my right hand. The short yarn goes in the hook hand. The long yarn goes in the other hand. So you're going to yarn towards yourself. See the two loops? You're going to turn your hook down and pull through. Once again, yarn over towards yourself. Notice how the hook part of my crochet hook is pointed down. That way it can grab the first loop and then be pulled through. Once again, yarn over to yourself and pull through. Now as you begin and your hold on your yarn isn't as tight as a more experienced crocheter, your loops may look different. One might be really, really loose, and one might be really, really tight, and then the next one might be really loose, and so it may look something like this. And that's okay. The trick is to continue practicing until you have a standard size or a standard tension. Tension in your yarn is always created by the non-dominant hand. Sometimes it's hard for me to hold my fingers like this for so long. So what I'll do is I'll wrap it around my pinky first. See that loop around my pinky? So that gives me an extra tension. It's kind of like the tension on your sewing machine, if you sew on a sewing machine. So now I'm not having to clutch so hard with these fingers to keep my tension just right. I've got a little extra right here. So if you want to try doing that, you can. So now we're going to do a cute little bracelet with what I just taught you, with a casting on and then the chain stitch. So you're going to need your crochet hook, your yarn, and then a pair of scissors. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to do your slip knot. Do it however you want. Whatever is the easiest way to do it, whether it's tying it or using my special way, or maybe you have your own way of doing a slip knot. I developed my way of creating the slip knot many years after I began crocheting. So, you know, a couple years down the line when you're still crocheting, you may find that there's a different way that you like to do it, and it's easier and faster for you. So, now you're going to cast on about 20 to 30 chain stitches, depending on the size of your wrist. I have a medium small wrist, and I'm going to do about 20 to 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now I'm going to test it and see if it fits my wrist. So I'm pretty close, but that's kind of tight on my wrist. So I'm actually going to do probably 3 more chain. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to test it again. Yeah, this fits a lot looser, but it's not too loose that it's going to slip off my hand. So now I'm going to cast off. The way you do that is you're going to yarn over just like you're making another chain stitch, pull it through, and then pull it loose like this. And you're going to tighten it so that it makes a knot. Okay? And then you're just going to cut this loop. So I've got my scissors, and I'm just going to cut the loop and then pull the long piece out. So now I have this cute little bracelet with 2 ends that I can tie around my wrist. And you can do this in whatever colors you want. Mix and match. You can make necklace, or you can even keep going and make longer chains and then wrap it around your wrist multiple times. So I hope you had fun today learning how to cast on, chain stitch, and making this cute little bracelet. I hope you wear with pride, and I will see you next time with Crafting with Gena. Bye! Kitties! Hi, kitties! Say hello! Duck-billed platypus face.